The next phrase is all to myself. All to myself means having something or a place only for you with no one else sharing it. I had the whole house to myself last weekend. This means I was alone in the house and no one else was there. She got the swimming pool all to herself in the early morning. This means she was the only person using the pool at that time. He wants some time to himself to relax. This means he wants to be alone and not be with others for a while. The next phrase is be concentrated around. Be concentrated around means that many things or people are mainly located in a specific area. Most of the shops are concentrated around the town center. This means many shops are close to the middle of the town. The festival activities are concentrated around the stadium. This means the events mostly happen near the stadium. Traffic is usually concentrated around the school during drop-off time. This means many cars gather near the school when students arrive. The next phrase is be concentrated in. Be concentrated in means that many things are gathered or focused inside a specific place or group. The population is concentrated in big cities. This means most people live in big cities. Power is concentrated in the hands of a few leaders. This means only a few leaders have most of the power. The oil reserves are concentrated in the north of the country. This means the north part of the country has most of the oil. The next phrase is be concentrated on. Be concentrated on means that someone is fully focused on a task or subject. She is concentrated on her studies this semester. This means she is fully focused on studying. The team is concentrated on winning the next match. This means the team is putting all their attention into winning. He was so concentrated on the movie that he didn't hear his phone. This means he paid full attention to the movie and ignored everything else. The next phrase is have the best of both worlds. Have the best of both worlds means enjoying the advantages of two different situations at the same time. Working from home gives her the best of both worlds, comfort and productivity. This means she enjoys being at home and also gets her work done well. He lives near the city but has a quiet life in the countryside, so he has the best of both worlds. This means he enjoys both city access and peaceful country living. She studies online and travels often, having the best of both worlds. This means she can learn and explore new places at the same time. The next phrase is take the easy way out. Take the easy way out means to choose a simple or less difficult solution, often avoiding a harder choice. He didn't explain his mistake and took the easy way out by staying quiet. This means he avoided a hard conversation by saying nothing. Instead of fixing the problem, she took the easy way out and quit the job. This means she left the job instead of solving the issue. They took the easy way out by copying the answers. This means they didn't study and chose to cheat instead. The next phrase is a bit of a change. A bit of a change means something is different from the usual but not completely new. Wearing bright colors is a bit of a change for him. This means he usually doesn't wear bright colors, so it's slightly different. They moved to a new apartment for a bit of a change. This means they wanted something different in their living space. Trying a new restaurant is a bit of a change from our normal routine. This means it's something new compared to what they usually do. The next phrase is a bit of a fool. A bit of a fool means someone who acts silly or makes unwise choices, but not in a serious or harmful way. He believed the email was real and sent money. He felt like a bit of a fool. This means he thought he acted foolishly by trusting the email. She forgot her lines on stage and felt like a bit of a fool. This means she was embarrassed because she made a small mistake. I looked like a bit of a fool wearing a costume to the wrong party. This means I felt silly because I wore something strange in the wrong place. The next phrase is a bit of a problem. A bit of a problem means a small or moderate difficulty. There's a bit of a problem with the car, it won't start. This means the car has a small issue stopping it from working. We had a bit of a problem finding the hotel. This means we had some trouble locating the hotel. It's a bit of a problem that she didn't bring her ID. This means her missing ID causes some difficulty. The next phrase is a burning issue. A burning issue means a very important or urgent topic that people care strongly about. Climate change is a burning issue in today's world. This means people think climate change is very serious and must be addressed. Education reform has become a burning issue for voters. This means many voters care deeply about changing the education system. The rising cost of living is a burning issue in the election. This means many people are worried about how expensive life is becoming. The next phrase is a burning question. A burning question means a strong or urgent question that needs an answer. The burning question is, who leaked the information? This means people are eager to find out who revealed the secret. There's a burning question about how they plan to fix the economy. This means people really want to know the government's plan. One burning question remains, why did he leave so suddenly? This means people are very curious about his sudden departure. The next phrase is a call for something. A call for something means a demand or request, often made publicly or officially. There was a call for action after the disaster. This means people wanted others to respond and help. The union made a call for higher wages. This means the union asked for better pay. Many leaders made a call for peace during the conflict. This means they asked everyone to stop fighting and find peace. The next phrase is a fine line. A fine line means a small or subtle difference between two things. There's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. This means it's easy to confuse being sure of yourself with being too proud. It's a fine line between being honest and being rude. This means speaking the truth can sometimes sound impolite. He walks a fine line between creativity and chaos. This means his ideas are clever, but almost out of control. The next phrase is a thin line. A thin line means a narrow or delicate difference, often between good and bad situations. There's a thin line between love and hate. This means strong feelings can quickly change from one to the other. She's walking a thin line by lying to both sides. This means she risks trouble because she's being dishonest. It's a thin line between saving money and being cheap. This means being careful with money can easily turn into being too stingy. The next phrase is a further 10 100s, etc. A further 10 100, etc. means an additional amount added to what already exists. The company hired a further 50 employees this month. This means 50 more people were added after the first group. A further 10 students joined the class after the break. This means 10 more students were added to the class later. They donated a further $1,000 to the project. This means they gave another $1,000 in addition to what they gave before. The next phrase is a good deal. A good deal means a large amount or something that offers good value. She knows a good deal about history. This means she has a lot of knowledge about history. They spent a good deal of time planning the event. This means they spent a lot of time getting ready. That's a good deal for such a high-quality phone. This means the price is very fair for what you get. The next phrase is a history of something. A history of something means having past events or experiences related to something. He has a history of heart problems. This means he had heart problems in the past. The country has a long history of conflict. This means there have been many past fights or wars. She has a history of helping others in her community. This means she has often helped people over time. The next phrase is a host of something. A host of something means a large number or variety of things or people. The city offers a host of activities for tourists. This means there are many things for tourists to do. We faced a host of problems during the project. This means there were many different problems. She invited a host of friends to the party. This means she invited many friends. The next phrase is a hot issue. A hot issue means a subject that many people feel strongly about and is widely discussed. Rising food prices are a hot issue right now. This means many people are concerned and talking about it. Immigration laws have become a hot issue in the debate. This means people feel strongly about the new laws. Healthcare remains a hot issue in the election. This means healthcare is one of the main topics people care about. The next phrase is a hot topic. A hot topic means something that people are talking about a lot. Electric cars are a hot topic in the auto industry. This means many people are discussing electric cars. The new movie is a hot topic among fans. This means fans are talking about it a lot. Climate change is always a hot topic at international meetings. This means it's often discussed in global discussions. The next phrase is a matter of course. A matter of course means something that is normal or expected to happen. Safety checks are done as a matter of course. This means safety checks are done regularly and automatically. The refund was given as a matter of course. This means it was expected and not a special case. Doctors wash their hands between patients as a matter of course. This means it's standard and always done. The next phrase is a passion for something. A passion for something means a strong interest or love for an activity or subject. She has a passion for painting. This means she loves painting very much. He showed a passion for music from a young age. This means he was deeply interested in music as a child. They share a passion for helping others. This means they all really enjoy supporting people in need. The next phrase is a reflection of something. A reflection of something means something that shows or represents another thing. His anger was a reflection of his stress at work. This means his anger showed that he was feeling stressed. The painting is a reflection of her dreams. This means the painting represents what she imagines or hopes for. The low grades are a reflection of poor study habits. This means the bad results show a lack of good learning routines. The next phrase is a rule of thumb. A rule of thumb means a general or practical guideline, not a strict rule. As a rule of thumb, drink 8 glasses of water a day. This means that's a common guideline for good health. A good rule of thumb is to arrive 10 minutes early. This means it's usually smart to be slightly early. When baking, a rule of thumb is to preheat the oven. This means most people start by heating the oven before cooking. The next phrase is a safe place. A safe place means a location where someone feels protected and calm. Children need a safe place to play. This means they need somewhere without danger. She ran to a safe place during the storm. This means she found shelter from the danger. His home is a safe place where he can relax. This means he feels peaceful and secure at home. The next phrase is somewhere safe. Somewhere safe means a location that is not dangerous. They hid the money somewhere safe. This means they put it in a place where no one could steal it. You should store your passport somewhere safe. This means keep it in a secure location. She waited somewhere safe until help arrived. This means she stayed in a place without danger. The next word is a shade. A shade means a small difference in color, or a place where there is no direct sunlight. She painted the walls a lighter shade of blue. This means the blue color was softer or paler than before. Let's sit in the shade under the tree. This means they want to sit where the sun doesn't shine directly. He wore sunglasses to protect his eyes from the bright shade of the sun. This means the sunlight was strong and needed to be blocked. The next phrase is a skeleton crew. A skeleton crew means the smallest number of people needed to keep something working. During the holiday, only a skeleton crew stayed at the office. This means just a few workers remained to handle basic tasks. The ship was run by a skeleton crew after the storm. This means only the necessary staff were working. The hospital operated with a skeleton crew at night. This means only a few staff members were on duty overnight. The next phrase is a skeleton staff. A skeleton staff means the smallest number of workers needed to keep a place running. The hotel was open with only a skeleton staff during the storm. This means very few workers were there, just enough to operate. On public holidays, the office runs with a skeleton staff. This means only a few employees are working during the holidays. They kept the store open with a skeleton staff after the power cut. This means a small team continued working during the outage. The next phrase is a skeleton service. A skeleton service means a very limited service, often during special times or problems. Trains ran on a skeleton service during the strike. This means only a few trains were available. On Sundays, buses offer a skeleton service. This means bus service is reduced on Sundays. The post office operated a skeleton service during the lockdown. This means only basic services were provided. The next phrase is a sleepless night. A sleepless night means a night when someone cannot sleep. She had a sleepless night before the exam. This means she couldn't sleep because she was nervous. After the argument, he spent a sleepless night thinking. This means he was awake all night, worried or upset. Parents often face sleepless nights with a newborn baby. This means they don't get much sleep because the baby wakes up often. The next phrase is a sure thing. A sure thing means something certain or very likely to succeed. With his skills, the job offer was a sure thing. This means it was almost certain he would get the job. Her win in the race was a sure thing. This means everyone expected her to win easily. Investing in education is a sure thing for your future. This means it's a smart and reliable choice. The next phrase is, it's about time. It's about time means something should have happened already. It's about time you cleaned your room. This means you should have cleaned it earlier. It's about time they fixed the broken lights. This means the lights should have been repaired before now. It's about time we had a holiday. This means they've waited too long for a break. The next phrase is, it's high time. It's high time means it is urgent or past the right time to do something. It's high time we left for the airport. This means they should leave immediately to avoid being late. It's high time he told the truth. This means he should have been honest much earlier. It's high time the rules were changed. This means the rules should have been updated already. The next phrase is accustomed to something. Accustomed to something means being used to something because of regular experience. She is accustomed to waking up early. This means getting up early feels normal for her. I'm not yet accustomed to the new job. This means I still feel unfamiliar with the work. They quickly became accustomed to the cold weather. This means they got used to it and it no longer felt strange. The next phrase is accustomed to doing something. Accustomed to doing something means being used to doing an activity regularly. He is accustomed to working late every night. This means he often works late, so it feels normal for him. She's accustomed to speaking in public. This means giving speeches is something she's used to. They're accustomed to cooking their own meals. This means they usually prepare food themselves, so it feels natural. The next phrase is ahead of time. Ahead of time means earlier than expected or planned. We finished the project ahead of time. This means the project was completed before the deadline. Try to arrive ahead of time for the meeting. This means come early, not just on time. He paid his rent ahead of time. This means he gave the money before it was due. The next phrase is ahead of schedule. Ahead of schedule means something is completed before the planned time. The train arrived ahead of schedule. This means the train got there earlier than expected. They completed the building ahead of schedule. This means construction finished earlier than planned. We reached our goal ahead of schedule. This means we succeeded faster than expected. The next phrase is all at once. All at once means everything happens at the same time. All the lights went out all at once. This means every light turned off at the same moment. She started laughing and crying all at once. This means both emotions happened together. The children began shouting all at once. This means they all made noise at the same time. The next phrase is all hours. All hours means very late or unusual times, often day and night. He works at all hours to finish his project. This means he works early, late, and in between. She studies at all hours of the day. This means she studies at many different times. They come and go at all hours. This means their timing is very unpredictable. The next phrase is all things considered. All things considered means after thinking about everything. All things considered, the trip was a success. This means when we think about everything, the trip went well. All things considered, he handled the situation well. This means he did a good job thinking about the whole situation. All things considered, we made the right decision. This means the choice was good after looking at all factors. The next phrase is all the same. All the same means despite what was said, something is still true. It was raining, but we went for a walk all the same. This means even though it rained, they still walked. She was tired, but she finished the work all the same. This means she completed it despite being tired. He didn't agree, but he helped all the same. This means he gave support even though he disagreed. The next phrase is just the same. Just the same means despite everything, something still happens or is true. He was warned, but he went ahead just the same. This means he still did it even after the warning. It was risky, but she tried just the same. This means she took the risk anyway. They were tired, but they kept working just the same. This means they continued even though they were tired. The next phrase is alternate days. Alternate days means every other day. I take the medicine on alternate days. This means I take it one day, skip the next, then take it again. We go jogging on alternate days. This means we run every other day. The watering schedule is for alternate days. This means plants are watered one day, then skipped the next. The next phrase is alternate weeks. Alternate weeks means every second week. They visit their dad on alternate weeks. This means they see him one week, then skip the next. I work from home on alternate weeks. This means I stay home one week, go to the office the next. The class meets on alternate weeks. This means it meets every 2 weeks. The next phrase is alternate years. Alternate years means every other year. The festival is held in alternate years. This means it happens once every 2 years. They travel abroad in alternate years. This means they go 1 year and stay home the next. The prize is awarded in alternate years. This means it is not given out every year, but every second year. The next phrase is anywhere near something. Anywhere near something means close to or similar to something, often in a negative way. This phone isn't anywhere near the quality I expected. This means it's much worse than expected. He didn't come anywhere near winning the race. This means he wasn't close to winning. Their offer isn't anywhere near enough. This means the offer is far too low. The next phrase is around round the clock. Around the clock means all day and all night without stopping. Doctors worked round the clock to help the patients. This means they worked all day and night. The store is open around the clock. This means it never closes. They studied round the clock before the exam. This means they studied continuously without much rest. The next phrase is as a consequence. As a consequence means as a result of something. He didn't study. As a consequence, he failed the test. This means he failed because he didn't study. She broke the rules and as a consequence was punished. This means the punishment happened because she broke the rules. They ignored the warning. As a consequence, they got lost. This means they got lost because they didn't listen. The next phrase is as it happens. As it happens means by chance or surprisingly. As it happens, I know the answer to that question. This means I happen to know the answer, maybe unexpectedly. As it happens, we were just talking about you. This means it's a coincidence that you came up in conversation. As it happens, I have a copy of that book. This means it turns out I already have the book. The next phrase is as many as. As many as means a surprisingly large number. As many as 100 people joined the event. This means the number of people was up to 100, which may be surprising. There were as many as 5 mistakes on one page. This means 5 is a large or unexpected number of errors. She owns as many as 20 pairs of shoes. This means 20 is a high number of shoes. The next phrase is as yet. As yet means until now, usually in a formal or negative context. No one has claimed the prize as yet. This means up to now, no one has taken the prize. The cause of the problem is unknown as yet. This means we still don't know the cause. As yet, there are no results from the test. This means results haven't come yet. The next phrase is at a glance. At a glance means after a quick look. At a glance, everything seemed fine. This means it looked okay with just a quick look. You can tell the difference at a glance. This means it's easy to see quickly. The report showed at a glance that sales were up. This means a quick look at the report showed improvement. The next phrase is at an angle. At an angle means not straight, but slanted or tilted. The picture was hanging at an angle. This means it wasn't straight on the wall. He looked at me at an angle. This means he turned his head slightly to look. The road cuts through the field at an angle. This means the road goes across the field in a slanted direction. The next phrase is at face value. At face value means accepting something just as it appears without deeper thought. Don't take what he says at face value. This means don't believe it without thinking more deeply. She took the offer at face value and accepted. This means she accepted it without questioning. The document seems true, but we can't take it at face value. This means we shouldn't trust it without checking more. The next phrase is at hand. At hand means nearby or ready to use. Keep your phone at hand in case I call. This means have your phone close to you. I always have a notebook at hand when I work. This means the notebook is nearby for quick use. Help was at hand during the emergency. This means support was nearby and available. The next phrase is at random. At random means in a way that is not planned or ordered. The numbers were chosen at random. This means the numbers were picked without any specific plan. They selected participants at random. This means the participants were chosen without a particular method. I picked a book from the shelf at random. This means I selected a book without looking carefully. The next phrase is at short notice. At short notice means with very little time to prepare. They called me at short notice to fill in for the meeting. This means they asked me to join with little warning. We had to leave at short notice. This means we had to leave quickly without much time to prepare. The event was canceled at short notice. This means it was canceled with very little time for everyone to adjust. The next phrase is at the expense of something. At the expense of something means causing harm or loss to something in order to gain something else. He succeeded at the expense of his health. This means he became successful, but his health suffered because of it. The company grew at the expense of its employees' well-being. This means the company improved, but it hurt the employees in the process. She gained popularity at the expense of her reputation. This means she became more well-known, but her reputation was damaged. The next phrase is at the very least. At the very least means the minimum amount or the least that can be expected. You should apologize, at the very least. This means the least you can do is apologize. At the very least, we should try to finish the task today. This means the minimum expectation is to complete the task today. He's going to help us at the very least. This means helping us is the least he will do. The next phrase is at times. At times means occasionally or sometimes. At times I feel like giving up. This means sometimes I think about quitting. The work can be stressful at times. This means the work can be difficult on some occasions. He can be very helpful at times. This means there are times when he is very helpful. The next phrase is back road. Back road means a smaller, less used road, often through the countryside. We took the back road to avoid traffic. This means we used a smaller road instead of the main highway. The back road is less busy than the main street. This means the smaller road has fewer cars and people. They live on a back road far from the city. This means they live on a road that is not often used and is away from the city. The next phrase is back street. Back street means a street in a less important or hidden area, often away from main roads. He lives on a back street near the market. This means his house is on a less busy street, not the main one. They parked their car on a back street. This means they parked on a less prominent street, not a busy one. The store is located on a back street. This means the store is on a quiet street, not easily seen from the main area. The next phrase is bad feeling. Bad feeling means a sense of discomfort, dislike, or anger towards someone or something. There was a bad feeling between them after the argument. This means they felt angry or uncomfortable with each other after they fought. She could sense the bad feeling in the room. This means she could tell that people were unhappy or tense. He had a bad feeling about the decision. This means he felt uneasy or uncertain about the choice. The next phrase is ill feeling. Ill feeling means strong negative emotions, especially hostility or resentment. There was ill feeling after the disagreement. This means people felt angry or upset after they argued. The news caused some ill feeling among the team. This means the news made the team feel bad or upset. He tried to avoid ill feeling by apologizing. This means he tried to prevent bad emotions from spreading by saying sorry. The next phrase is be a far cry from something. Be a far cry from something means to be very different from or not close to something. His performance was a far cry from what we expected. This means his performance was much worse than expected. The new house is a far cry from our old one. This means the new house is very different or much worse than the old one. Her explanation was a far cry from the truth. This means her explanation was very different from what actually happened. The next phrase is be a joke. Be a joke means to be not serious or to be treated as something not important or ridiculous. His excuse was a joke. This means his excuse was not believable or was silly. The whole situation turned out to be a joke. This means the situation was not serious and was not worth worrying about. She thinks the idea is a joke. This means she doesn't take the idea seriously. The next phrase is be a pain in the neck. Be a pain in the neck means to be very annoying or troublesome. The traffic was a pain in the neck this morning. This means the traffic was very annoying or difficult to deal with. He can be a pain in the neck sometimes. This means he can be annoying or difficult to handle at times. Fixing this issue is a pain in the neck. This means solving the problem is very difficult and frustrating. The next phrase is be a question of. Be a question of means to depend on something or be related to a particular issue. It's a question of time before they arrive. This means their arrival depends on time and it will happen soon. The decision is a question of money. This means the decision depends on how much money is available. It's a question of safety, so we need to act quickly. This means safety is the important factor here, and it's necessary to take action fast. The next phrase is be a rarity. Be a rarity means something that is unusual or very uncommon. A snowstorm in April is a rarity here. This means it rarely happens to have snow in April in that place. Finding such a good book in a secondhand shop is a rarity. This means it's very uncommon to find such a good book in a secondhand store. Such weather in this region is a rarity. This means such weather conditions don't happen often in that area. The next phrase is be all set. Be all set means to be ready or prepared for something. I'm all set for the meeting. This means I'm ready and prepared for the meeting. We're all set to leave in 5 minutes. This means everything is ready and we can leave soon. She's all set to start her new job. This means she is prepared and ready for her new job. The next phrase is be all very well. Be all very well means something is acceptable or fine, but it may not be enough or ideal. It's all very well to say you're sorry, but it doesn't change anything. This means saying sorry is fine, but it doesn't fix the problem. It's all very well to dream, but you need to take action. This means dreaming is fine, but it's not enough without doing something. It's all very well to have the idea, but we need the resources. This means the idea is good, but we also need the tools or support. The next phrase is be authorized to do something. Be authorized to do something means to have official permission to do it. He is authorized to access the confidential files. This means he has official permission to look at the files. She is authorized to sign the documents on behalf of the company. This means she has the permission to sign documents for the company. The officer is authorized to make arrests. This means the officer has permission to arrest people. The next phrase is be close to something. Be close to something means to be near to something physically or emotionally. The store is close to my house. This means the store is near to my house in distance. We're close to solving the problem. This means we are almost finished solving the problem. He's close to finishing his project. This means he is almost done with his project. The next phrase is be concerned with something. Be concerned with something means to be related to or focused on something. This article is concerned with the effects of climate change. This means the article focuses on climate change and its effects. The meeting is concerned with the budget for next year. This means the meeting will focus on the next year's budget. He is concerned with improving customer service. This means he is focused on making customer service better. The next phrase is be dead against something or doing something. Be dead against something means to strongly oppose it. She's dead against going to the party. This means she strongly opposes going to the party. He was dead against the new plan. This means he strongly disagreed with the new plan. They are dead against changing the rules. This means they strongly oppose changing the rules. The next phrase is be set against something or doing something. Be set against something means to be determined to oppose it. She's set against moving to a new city. This means she's determined not to move to a new city. He's set against the idea of working late. This means he is determined not to work late. They are set against increasing the price. This means they are determined not to raise the price. The next phrase is take it from me. Take it from me means to trust what someone is saying because they have experience or knowledge about it. Take it from me, you should not miss the opportunity. This means you should trust me when I say you shouldn't miss this chance. Take it from me, this restaurant serves the best food in town. This means I know from experience that this restaurant has the best food. Take it from me, don't go there at night. This means I'm warning you from my own experience not to go there at night. The next phrase is take note of something. Take note of something means to pay attention to or remember something important. Please take note of the meeting time change. This means remember or pay attention to the change in the meeting time. Take note of her suggestions during the presentation. This means pay attention to her ideas while she presents. You should take note of the warning signs on the road. This means you should pay attention to the signs to stay safe. The next phrase is take on something or take something on. Take on something means to accept a responsibility, challenge, or task. She decided to take on the leadership role in the project. This means she accepted the responsibility to lead the project. He's ready to take on new challenges at work. This means he is willing to accept and deal with new challenges. They took on the responsibility of organizing the event. This means they accepted the task of organizing the event. The next phrase is be due for something. Be due for something means to be expected to happen or to be the time for something. The car is due for a service soon. This means the car needs to be serviced soon. He is due for a checkup next week. This means he is scheduled to have a checkup next week. The report is due for submission by Friday. This means the report is expected to be submitted by Friday.